Here we had asked the spokesperson of the Pentecostal churches, Reverend Karuranga Ephraim, to really find out if he had signed the letter dated 20th March 2020 that has reasons for collecting offertory in these unusual times. During the week, there are some people that had money to offer, and yet we weren't supposed to exchange money physically. And that is how we decided that as pastors, we should help the Christians that have the capability to offer through the use of technology. Some people don't agree with this method, while others have embraced it. In this letter, it is written that the congregation is supposed to give offertory the traditional way in the church baskets, using the church bank account and using mobile money numbers registered to the church. Apart from the Pentecostal churches, there are some other denominations that weren't able to contact that have also asked their congregations to give tithe and offertory through the use of technology. However, some of the followers in these churches have this to say. If I get the money and I'm supposed to give tithe, I will get it and send it to the designated number. I personally have no problem with it. The situation we are in is unusual. First, it is to help the poor that can't sustain themselves. So instead of sending this money as offertory and mobile money, I'd rather help the needy with it. And when we meet in church, we both give thanksgiving. After this letter from the Pentecostal churches was released asking the congregation to utilize technology to give offertory, there are some leaders that had something to say about it. The Minister of State in charge of Foreign Affairs, Olivier Nduhungirehe, took to his Twitter and said, I quote, "In the wake of the coronavirus, religious denominations and churches should not purpose to profit asking the congregations to give offertory or tithe. What the churches should do is find ways to help these congregants that have no way of earning a living because of COVID-19. He was emphasizing what the Minister of State at the Ministry of Youth and Culture, Bamhorichi Edward, had said, asking that in such times, it is the church leaders that are supposed to be taking care of their followers. We spoke to him and he emphasized by saying this. A church that is 70 years old should be a church that supports the followers that are needy and finding ways to reach out to them. Initially, its aim was to reduce poverty among people, but sometimes you find that the church is profiting from the congregation. But I see, even though they say there's a way they help the congregations, these are just words. Another thing, I'm not saying that I also don't offer, but what I'm saying is that some people with less capability will stress and go all the way to fulfill all these obligations and even go to the pastor's home, yet we are told not to leave our homes. He or she will even go to the bank to look for the money, all in the name of giving offertory. It is ideal that whoever has their offertory should keep it until it is the right time to be able to give it in church and be able to respect the measures that have been put in place. The spokesperson of the Pentecostal churches, Reverend Karuranga Ephraim, thinks otherwise and says that this is a personal initiative for whoever wants to use this channel. This plan is in place because we first sensitized the congregation through different groups because they know each other. The plans for helping people are also there. What I know is that none of our congregants will go hungry, and I know that we've started reaching out to the needy, that we can't mention or what challenges they are having. It is not known when churches and other places of worship will be open after the 2-week suspension because of COVID-19. Some people have now started having prayers through technology and giving offertory through these platforms. There are also some others that are looking at their leaders to rescue them in the times when they are not working because they say they've given offertory to church for many years.